So, Unlikeable Shedeur Sanders faces social media heat over playful interview moment from Browns practice. Shedeur Sanders is now gearing up for his rookie season with the Cleveland Browns. And like any star player, he often gets asked about the things he likes. In particular, he was asked what he eats when he is at a gas station. In response, Sanders admitted that he does not eat when he is in one, and this prompted some backlash from fans. Shedeur, the son of millionaire NFL legend and current Colorado head coach Deion Sanders, admitting that he does not eat at gas station rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. They accused the former Colorado quarterback of not being relatable with common people, with many accusing him of being a pampered millionaire. This guy's so unlikable, said one fan. Tried to play that millionaire FQ is gas station food when you got a chef, another fan added. Has be because he doesn't want to promote any company without, another person pointed out. Meanwhile, others also noted that Shedeur Sanders' historic draft slide might not have taught him any lessons on humility. Few others had a dire warning to the Browns quarterback that he might end up eating gas station food soon enough. Glad to see that draft slide gave him some humility, one person replied. I guess bro didn't learn the lesson, said another one. He will be eating from the gas station in about 3 years when his career is over, predicted another person. Sanders has been facing criticism since his college days, especially as his father is considered an all-time great. However, many have also slammed the quarterback over several things, from cracking under pressure to perceived arrogance during his interviews, as was seen in the comments section. Cam Newton has messaged to Shedeur Sanders amid all the criticisms, with Shedeur Sanders facing criticisms left and right. NFL great Cam Newton shared a special message for the Browns quarterback during his 4th and 1 with Cam Newton podcast. There's so much relatability to what Shedeur went through that I can relate to as well. Some people may not like you, said Cam Newton. You got to be fine with that, at the Heisman winner. Newton came to the NFL with a lot of hype, though he also had his fair share of critics. This was why he admitted that he could relate to Sanders. It started, as it always does in the digital age, with a clip, 30 seconds long. Shedeur Sanders, quarterback, heir to Deion's legacy, Colorado's golden child turned Cleveland hopeful, grinning through a playful interview moment during Browns practice. He was charismatic. Cocky, some said. Confident, others replied. But one comment floated to the top of the online sea, so unlikable. That phrase hit harder than any linebacker. It was tweeted, reposted, memed, dissected, defended. Some laughed, some raged. Others wrote long threads psychoanalyzing a 22-year-old who had the audacity to smile, joke, and own the camera. But here's the thing. Shedeur knew. He always knew. Chapter 1, Legacy's weight growing up with Deion Sanders as your father is like trying to walk a tightrope with glittering wings strapped to your back. People either expect you to fly or fall. Shedeur never asked for quiet. He was raised in noise. Stadium cheers, locker room jabs, cameras, chaos, and charisma. Primetime didn't raise passive boys. He raised brands, athletes, men who could carry a name like it was armor and a target. At Jackson State, Shedeur was doubted. At Colorado, he was resented. In Cleveland, he was already judged. That interview, it was his usual banter, a bit of swagger, a smile, and a light jab at a teammate about play calling. Maybe the timing wasn't perfect. Maybe the joke landed wrong, but it wasn't malicious. It was him. He thought the world wanted real. Turns out the world wanted humility, quiet success. Not Shedeur. Chapter 2, the court of public opinion. Social media has no halftime, no film review, no context. Shedeur needs to shut up and just prove himself. Why is he acting like he's made it already? Cocky like his dad, not half the talent. And beneath all of that, so effing unlikable, it echoed in YouTube comments and Reddit threads. Sports pundits picked it up. Is Shedeur Sanders bad for locker room culture? Is this what NIL money does to young athletes? Shedeur read every word. Not because he cared what strangers thought, but because every word was a snapshot of how people saw him. It wasn't the critique that stung. It was how fast the world turned. Yesterday, future face of a franchise. Today, arrogant, spoiled, replaceable. Chapter 3, the whisper of truth. One late night, Shedeur sat in his apartment, phone dark, lights low. A rare silence. His mind ran through that clip over and over. Did he push too far? Was the joke out of pocket? Or was the world just waiting for him to slip? His phone buzzed. Dad, you learn who you really are when you're losing fans for being yourself. Dion had taken heat his whole life. Gold chains, dual sport, big talk, bigger game. But the world eventually called it greatness. Shedeur wasn't there yet. And in the in-between, between promise and proof, the world feels entitled to pick at you. Shedeur stood up, grabbed a Sharpie and wrote on his mirror, authenticity isn't always likable. Chapter 4, Rewriting the Narrative. The next morning at Brown's practice, Shedeur showed up early. First in, last out. Not because of the noise, but because that was always his rhythm. He met with a few veterans, apologized if his tone ever crossed the line. Most of them laughed. You're good, Rook. Just don't suck on Sunday. The media hounded him post-practice. Do you regret your comments? Do you think your attitude hurts team chemistry? Fans say you're unlikable. Does that bother you? He smiled, this time quieter. I know who I am. You don't have to like me. I'm here to win games. And with that, he walked off. Not mic dropped. Not smug. Just sure. Chapter 5. Beyond the hashtag. Weeks passed. Training camp intensified. I added few teach PFs. Shedeur made throws that turned heads, took hits that humbled him, but he kept showing up. Helmet low, voice lower. Fans still debated. Some said he was maturing. Others said he was coaching the silence. A few finally admitted, maybe he's just different. Different doesn't always fit neatly into public narratives. Some athletes want to be liked. Others just want to be great. And maybe, just maybe, greatness looks unlikable before it becomes undeniable. Final words. More than a moment. Shedeur Sanders is not perfect. He talks slick, smiles like he's in on a joke you missed, and carries himself with the kind of self-belief that the world both envies and condemns. But in a league where branding matters as much as touchdowns, and where every personality is filtered through social media judgment, maybe what we label unlikable is just unfiltered. So, next time you see that clip, the one that sparked the storm, watch it again. So, not as a judgment, as a mirror, because maybe the real question isn't why Shedeur Sanders is so unlikable. It's why we demand likability more than authenticity, and whether we'd last a day under the same spotlight